In a significant development, Finance Minister Sardar has unveiled the government's alternative strategy, dubbed Plan B, completely abandoning the IMF program.
देखिए, प्लान बी जो है वो आपका होता ही है सेल्फ रिलायंस और अपने पाँव पे खड़ा होने का। जब आप उसके लिए काम करते हैं तो इंशाल्लाह इस पे ज़्यादा पब्लिकली ज़्यादा बात नहीं हो सकती, लेकिन इंशाल्लाह पाकिस्तान, मैंने जैसे कहा, मुझे रात सवाल हो जी 31 दिसंबर, पाकिस्तान डिफ़ॉल्ट नहीं करेगा। जो ये रट लगाते हैं ना डिफ़ॉल्ट डिफ़ॉल्ट डिफ़ॉल्ट, वो खुद जिम्मेदार हैं। मैं नहीं कहना चाहता था ये, बुनियादी तौर पे उन्होंने इस सिस्टम में गलतियां की हैं और ऐसी घिनौनी गलतियां की हैं कि जिसकी वजह से आज हम यहाँ खड़े। दे आर पार्टनर्स इन दैट क्राइम। इसलिए काफ़ी है।
The Sindh government plans to spend more than 700 billion rupees on development in the financial year 2023-24, which is 72.3% higher than the revised estimate for the ongoing fiscal year.
The government of Sindh, along with its partners, also focused on mobilizing resources for recovery, rehabilitation and reconstruction. Federal Ministry of Planning and Development, along with Provincial Planning and Development Department and line departments, coordinated effectively to undertake the post-disaster needs assessment to quantify the damage and losses that were estimated to be more than $20 billion in Sindh, constituting about 70% of the country's damage and losses. The assessment was completed on 28th October 2022. The water was still there, but we completed our assessment. However, the flood water, as I said, had not receded by that time. Government of Sindh proactively worked on developing its own strategic action plan. The flood response aligned with the contours of the National 4R Resilient Recovery, Rehabilitation and Reconstruction Framework, which assessed the financial needs of the province at about $11.6 billion.
With the upcoming elections in mind, the coalition government has presented an expansionary budget for fiscal year 2023-24. Finance Minister Sardar announced significant salary hikes of 30 to 35% for federal government employees, a 33% increase in development expenditures, and unveiled tax incentives for agriculture, information technology, construction, and industry. To offset these measures, the budget introduces higher tax rates for non-filers and increased tax burden on capital markets, and anticipates a higher yield from the petroleum levy. Interestingly, despite ongoing challenges in securing approval from the International Monetary Fund, the government has also allocated a projected inflow of $2.4 billion from the landing agency for the upcoming year.
सबसे पहले कंस्ट्रक्शन, एग्रीकल्चर और एसएमईज की हौसला अफजाई के लिए इन शोबों को कर्जा फराहम करने वाले बैंकों को ऐसे कर्जों से होने वाली आमदन पर 39% की बजाय 20% टैक्स की सहूलत होगी और ये कंसेशन अगले 2 साल यानी 30 जून 2025 तक मुयसर होगी। दूसरी, एसएमईज के टैक्स बरात के निज़ाम को वसअत देकर एसएमईज का टर्नओवर थ्रेशोल्ड, जो कि इस वक्त 25 करोड़ है, उसको बढ़ाकर 80 करोड़ किया जा रहा। नंबर 3, पीएम यूथ लोन प्रोग्राम के जरिए छोटे कारोबार को रियायती कर्जों की फराहमी के लिए इस माली साल में 10 अरब रुपए इस बजट में मुख्तस किए जा रहे हैं। अगला चौथा, स्टेट बैंक ऑफ पाकिस्तान की एक स्कीम एसएमईज के कर्जों की सिर्फ 6% मार्कअप पर रीफाइनेंस के लिए मौजूद है, लेकिन बैंक एसएमई की क्रेडिट हिस्ट्री, क्योंकि उनको डर होता है कि हमारे पैसे मारे जाएंगे, हालांकि 6% पे और डिफरेंस स्टेट बैंक जिम्मेदार है, लेकिन वो फिर भी लोन इन छोटे एसएमईज को नहीं देते। इसको दूर करने के लिए हुकूमत पाकिस्तान ने ये फैसला किया है कि इन कर्जों का अगर वो नहीं देंगे तो 20% जो है उसको हुकूमत पाकिस्तान वो रिस्क हुकूमत पाकिस्तान का होगा।
The US stocks rally is expanding its reach beyond the dominant growth and tech names that have led the market's gains so far this year. According to Reuters, investors are now repositioning their portfolios in anticipation of a widely expected recession. For months, investors flocked to a select few mega-cap companies considered safe havens during uncertain times. This resulted in a rally that boosted the S&P 500 by nearly 12% year-to-date, driven primarily by a small group of stocks. However, with the US economy remaining resilient despite higher interest rates, concerns of an imminent downturn are diminishing. As a result, some investors are cautiously exploring economically sensitive market sectors that have been overlooked this year, such as small caps, energy shares, and industrial stocks. These stocks have experienced significant rallies in June. Global equity funds saw outflows for an 8th straight week as inflation concerns and sluggish economic growth prompted investors to reduce risk. Chinese exports contracted, US and European factory activity declined, and core inflation accelerated in the US money market funds had a significant influx, while bond funds attracted net buying for the 12th consecutive week. Precious metal and energy funds faced outflows, while emerging market equity funds experienced the highest weekly outflow since March 2022.